If you're waking up at night 2, 3, or even 4 times to pee, I want you to pause for a moment and really think about this question. When during the day do you drink your water? Because the answer might surprise you. The reason you keep getting up at night may have less to do with your bladder getting older and a lot more to do with how and when you drink your water. In this video, we're diving into something I wish every adult over 50 understood: how to stay hydrated, keep your kidneys happy, and finally get through the night without those frustrating bathroom interruptions. Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. Nora Hayes, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found this space. Here, we talk about real health science made simple and practical, especially for adults over 50 who are ready to take back control of their energy, their comfort, and their sleep. I've worked with hundreds of patients who've told me the same thing. Dr. Hayes, I barely drink water in the evening. I stop coffee after lunch. I even avoid tea, but I still wake up twice every night to pee. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. And the truth is, your bladder isn't failing you. It's just reacting to a few patterns that can easily be adjusted once you understand how your body manages water throughout the day and night. Let's talk about why this happens. As we age, our body's fluid regulation changes in subtle but powerful ways. The kidneys, those two bean-shaped filters in your lower back, are always at work balancing how much water and salt you hold onto and how much you let go. They don't take a day off. But what many people don't realize is that your kidneys follow a 24-hour rhythm. They're more active in the daytime and should naturally slow down at night. That slowdown helps you sleep peacefully without your bladder sending constant emergency messages to your brain. The hormone that controls this rhythm is called antidiuretic hormone, or ADH. Think of ADH as your body's water manager. It tells your kidneys, hey, hold on to more water at night. We'll handle the waste in the morning. But here's the catch. After about age 50, your body doesn't make as much ADH as it used to. That means your kidneys keep filtering urine at nearly the same rate during the night as they do during the day. Add a late dinner, a cup of tea before bed, or even something as innocent as soup, and your bladder suddenly has a full workload when you're trying to sleep. You might fall asleep easily, but 2 hours later, your bladder wins. You're awake again, heading for the bathroom, then back to bed, trying to find that same deep sleep you just lost. Over time, that pattern can leave you exhausted, foggy, and less energetic during the day. And while many people brush it off as just aging, it's not something you have to live with. Let's look deeper into what's really happening. When you drink water, it doesn't go straight to your bladder. It's absorbed through your intestines, circulated through your bloodstream, and then filtered by your kidneys. The timing of when that happens and how fast it happens depends on your fluid load, your salt balance, and your hormones. During the day, your body is designed to process fluids quickly because you're upright, moving, and active. But when you lie down at night, your circulation shifts. Gravity no longer helps drain fluids from your legs, and that extra fluid returns to the bloodstream. Your kidneys sense that extra volume and respond by making more urine. That's one reason why people who sit a lot during the day or who have swollen ankles in the evening tend to wake up more at night to urinate. It's not always about drinking too much, it's about when your body redistributes that water. So, let's get practical. You don't need to stop drinking water. In fact, dehydration can make things worse. It thickens your blood, stresses your kidneys, and can even trigger bladder irritation. What you do need is to shift when you drink water, so you're hydrating smartly, not randomly. Think of it like teaching your body a new rhythm. Here's how you start. The first principle is simple. Front-load your hydration. Your body handles water best in the first half of the day, especially between waking up and early afternoon. Aim to drink about 2/3 of your daily water before 3 p.m. For most people, that's roughly 4 to 6 glasses of water. Start your morning with 1 large glass of room temperature water before breakfast that helps wake up your digestive system and gently stimulate your kidneys. Then, sip regularly through the morning. Have another glass with lunch. This helps your body process fluids when your kidneys are naturally more active. By late afternoon, you can slow down your intake. Not stop, just slow. From about 6 p.m. onward, your goal is to keep your mouth moist but your bladder calm. Small sips if you're thirsty, not full glasses. I like to call this the 3-hour rule. Whatever time you usually go to bed, finish your last full glass of water about 3 hours before that. So, if you sleep at 10, your last glass should be no later than 7. After that, just small sips if needed. This gives your kidneys time to filter and your bladder time to empty completely before you lie down. Many of my patients tell me this one change alone reduces their nighttime trips from 3 down to 1, or sometimes even none. Now, let's talk about something people often overlook: salt and electrolytes. You might think the less salt you eat, the better. And that's partly true for blood pressure, but your body actually needs a balance. When you drink a lot of plain water without enough electrolytes, you dilute the sodium levels in your blood. Your kidneys sense this imbalance and start excreting more water to restore balance. And guess when that happens? Often at night. So, a small pinch of mineral salt or a balanced electrolyte drink earlier in the day can help your body hold on to water more efficiently. This doesn't mean salty snacks or processed foods. Think naturally balanced sources like a little Himalayan salt in your morning water or a cup of coconut water before noon. It's about supporting hydration, not overloading it. Now, what about those evening habits? Many of you enjoy a cup of tea or coffee after dinner. It's comforting. I get it. But both caffeine and alcohol are diuretics. They tell your kidneys to make more urine. Even herbal teas like chamomile can have mild bladder-stimulating effects in sensitive people. So, if you can, try to avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. and alcohol within 4 hours of bedtime. You might also want to skip fizzy drinks or anything with artificial sweeteners, as these can irritate the bladder lining. Instead, try a warm, caffeine-free drink earlier in the evening, something soothing like warm milk with a sprinkle of turmeric, or a small cup of chamomile if you tolerate it well. That gives you the comfort of a nighttime ritual without overworking your bladder. Now, here's something that surprises a lot of people. Your legs might be part of the problem. When you sit or stand for long periods during the day, fluid naturally collects in the lower part of your body. By evening, your ankles might look a little puffier, or your shoes feel tighter. That's fluid your body will want to get rid of, but when does it finally get the chance? When you lie down, that fluid shifts back into circulation, your kidneys detect the extra volume, and they start producing urine. The result, you're up again at night. To help prevent this, elevate your legs for about 15 minutes before bed. You can lie on the couch and place your legs on a pillow or the armrest. You can also do simple calf raises or ankle rolls while brushing your teeth. A short evening walk works wonders too. Even just 10 minutes of gentle movement helps push that fluid back into circulation before you go to sleep, so your body can process it earlier, not at 2 a.m. Let's pause here for a moment. Think about your own routine. When during the day do you feel most thirsty? Do you tend to forget water until dinner time, then try to catch up in the evening? Or maybe you sip throughout the day but also enjoy that warm tea before bed? I'd love to know. Type your answer in the comments below. You'd be amazed how many people are dealing with the exact same pattern. Sharing helps others realize they're not alone in this. Now, another overlooked factor: temperature. The temperature of your room at night can influence how your body balances fluids. When your bedroom is too warm, you sweat less, which means your body retains more water, and that extra water has to go somewhere. Ideally, keep your room slightly cool, around 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius. That mild coolness signals your body to maintain natural fluid balance without overstimulating your kidneys. Something else I want to touch on, and this is a big one, is your evening meal. Eating a very salty or protein-heavy dinner can increase nighttime urine production. When you eat a lot of salt, your body pulls water into the bloodstream to dilute it, and your kidneys respond by filtering out that excess salt and water later, usually while you're asleep. Try having your heavier, saltier meals earlier in the day. Dinner should be lighter, balanced, and not overloaded with sodium. Soups, though healthy, can also add extra fluid if eaten too close to bedtime. So, if you love soup, enjoy it for lunch instead of dinner. Now, you might be wondering, does drinking less water fix the problem? Not necessarily. In fact, it can backfire. When you drink too little, your urine becomes more concentrated, which can irritate the bladder and make you feel the urge to urinate more often. The goal is to stay hydrated, but strategically, think of your hydration like sunlight for a plant. It's not about drowning the roots at once. It's about steady nourishment throughout the day. Let's talk about one more fascinating piece of this puzzle: the brain-bladder connection. Your bladder has stretch receptors that send signals to your brain when it's getting full. But as we age, those signals can become more sensitive. A bladder that's half full might send an urgent message when it's really not that urgent. If you're getting up at night for small amounts of urine, it may be because your bladder is hypersensitive. One way to retrain it is to practice delaying urination slightly during the day. When you feel the urge, wait 5 or 10 minutes if it's comfortable, then go. Over time, this helps stretch your bladder's capacity and reduce those nighttime false alarms. Let's add one more practical tip that's especially important for those over 60. Your circulation and heart play a role here, too. People with heart or kidney conditions often retain more fluid during the day, and their medications, like diuretics, may be contributing to nighttime urination. If that's you, talk to your doctor about adjusting the timing of your medication. For example, taking a diuretic in the morning instead of afternoon can make a huge difference in how often you wake up at night. Never adjust it on your own, but do discuss it. Many patients don't realize this simple timing shift can change everything. Now, here's something to reflect on. Our grandparents used to drink water very differently. They didn't walk around with bottles, sipping all day. They hydrated with meals, with herbal drinks, and with natural foods that contained water, fruits, soups, and broths. Their pattern naturally matched the body's rhythm: more fluids in daylight, less in darkness. We've lost some of that wisdom with our modern habits of constant sipping, coffee refills, and late-night snacking. But you can bring it back and your body will thank you. Imagine what a full night's sleep could do for you. Fewer bathroom trips mean deeper sleep, better memory, improved blood pressure, and more morning energy. I've seen patients who, after adjusting their water timing, felt 10 years younger simply because they finally slept through the night. It's not magic, it's physiology, working with you, not against you. So, let's do a little recap in a conversational way. Throughout your day, think of water as your companion. In the morning, greet it, have that tall glass right after you wake up. Keep it steady through the morning and lunch hours. After 3 p.m., start to taper gently. Remember the 3-hour rule before bed, finish your full glass early. Avoid caffeine and alcohol later in the day. Support your circulation by moving your legs and walking a little before bedtime. Elevate your legs if you notice swelling. Keep your bedroom cool and your dinner lighter in salt. And if you do wake up once in the night, that's okay, but try to keep your fluids consistent and predictable so your body learns a pattern. Before we go further, I want to ask you something. When you do wake up at night, do you find it hard to fall back asleep? Or do you fall right back but feel tired in the morning anyway? Type your answer in the comments below. I ask because what many people don't realize is that broken sleep, even for just a few minutes, adds up. Each interruption pulls you out of deep sleep, which is when your body repairs cells and balances hormones. That's why fixing Nocturia isn't just about your bladder, it's about protecting your brain and your heart too. Another subtle point that's often missed: dehydration affects bladder tissue elasticity. When you're chronically underhydrated, your bladder becomes less flexible, meaning it feels full sooner. That's another reason to not fear water. Just time it wisely. Think of hydration as harmony, not restriction. You want your bladder, kidneys, and hormones to be in sync. Let me share a small example from one of my patients, a 62-year-old teacher named Linda. She came to me saying she was waking up 3 to 4 times every night. She was exhausted, convinced she had a bladder problem. But when we looked at her routine, we noticed she barely drank water all morning, maybe 1 cup of coffee, and that was it. Then, around dinner, she would suddenly drink 2 big glasses of water to make up for it. Her body simply couldn't process that load before bedtime. We adjusted her pattern: 1 large glass in the morning, 1 mid-morning, 1 at lunch, 1 mid-afternoon, and a half glass with dinner. We added leg elevation before bed and cut out her post-dinner tea. Within a week, she was down to 1 bathroom trip per night. Within 3 weeks, she was sleeping 6 hours straight. Her energy levels soared. That's the power of rhythm. Now, of course, not every case is purely hydration timing. Sometimes, conditions like diabetes, prostate enlargement, or certain medications play a role. But even then, adjusting fluid timing supports the treatment. It's one of those changes that has no downside, only benefits. I always tell my viewers, don't underestimate the simple things. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive devices to sleep better. You just need to work with your body's natural systems. Water is life, but even life needs timing. Treat hydration like music. When played in the right rhythm, it's harmony. When out of rhythm, it's noise that keeps you awake. So, let's make a small agreement. Tomorrow morning, start your day with that first glass of water. Keep it going through the morning. Notice how you feel. Notice if your thirst changes. Shift your last big drink earlier in the evening. Move your legs before bed. And after 3 nights, observe: do you wake up less often? Does your sleep feel deeper? Share your progress in the comments. Your journey might be exactly the encouragement someone else needs. And one final thought before we finish: aging doesn't mean surrendering your comfort. It means learning how your body speaks a new language and adjusting how you listen. Your bladder isn't betraying you. It's communicating, telling you when balance is off. Once you give it a rhythm it can follow, it rewards you with peace, rest, and confidence.